I threw away my marriage for an affair, and now I'm left with nothing but regret for the life I destroyed. Hello, Reddit eyes plus here. My hands trembled as I unlocked the door to my one-bedroom apartment, the space already oppressive despite its emptiness. The silence was deafening, a void left by the absence of my family, my home, my life. It was my own doing, every step of the destruction meticulously chosen by me. Just a year ago I had it all. A husband who adored me, two bright-eyed kids who called me mommy, with voices that could melt stone, and a warm, chaotic home filled with laughter, arguments over what to eat for dinner, and bedtime stories told under blanket forts. Now I had a cramped apartment with furniture I couldn't afford and memories I couldn't escape. His name was Nathan. The affair started innocently enough, as they always do. He was a co-worker, charismatic, with a devil-may-care attitude that felt like a sharp contrast to my predictable life. At first it was harmless lunches, shared jokes, and compliments that lingered too long. It escalated slowly, then all at once. The first kiss in the parking lot, the secret rendezvous, and finally, the moment I broke my vows without even flinching. At the time, I convinced myself it wasn't a betrayal. It was liberation. I wasn't destroying anything, I was reclaiming myself. But the truth was, every stolen moment with Nathan was a nail in the coffin of the life I had built. My husband, Tom, found out when he stumbled upon a series of messages I forgot to delete. I still remember the look on his face, as if someone had gutted him in slow motion. He didn't yell or scream, he just stared at me, silent and broken. "Why?" he finally asked. I had no answer then, and I still don't. The divorce was swift and brutal. Tom, rightfully enraged, fought for custody of the kids and won. I was left with every other weekend and a mountain of guilt. Nathan, who had whispered promises of forever, disappeared once the reality of my shattered life became too real for him. Now I sit in this sterile apartment, staring at photos of my kids on the mantel, their smiles like ghosts of the life I threw away. They were hesitant during our last visit, their eyes darting nervously, unsure of how to act around me. My youngest, Emma, asked why Daddy and I couldn't just fix it. How do you explain to a 6-year-old that some things, once broken, can't be mended? The weight of regret is suffocating. I see Tom's life moving on. Pictures of him at the park with the kids, a new woman by his side who looks at him the way I used to. And Nathan? He was just a lesson I learned too late. But regret is a cruel thing. It doesn't let you go. It claws at your soul, reminding you of everything you lost, everything you could have been, and the person you betrayed. Now, every day is a battle to move forward, to rebuild a life from the ashes of my mistakes. I write letters to my kids that I'll never send, pour my heart into therapy sessions, and volunteer at a shelter to feel like I'm doing something good. But the truth is, I don't know if I'll ever forgive myself for destroying the life I once had. Because sometimes, the hardest thing to live with is the knowledge that you were the architect of your own misery. And no matter how many steps forward I take, the shadow of what I've done will always be right behind me.